We are live! Do you know? 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 We are here! We are here! We are here! We are doing another podcast at last. It's been bloody long. It's taken us forever to actually get around to doing this. My microphone's going mental. Let's knock that down a little bit. We are doing 5 things that piss us off in professional wrestling today. I've got a feeling we're just going to be talking about the WWE, if anything. Like,
Yeah,
there's
maybe.
so many fucking things that we
5
can't stand.
things that piss us off in WWE.
The thing is, if we do like a 5 things that piss us off in AEW, for example, we'll probably be done in like 5 minutes. Probably not even that. Do you want to go first, or shall I?
Right. I'll start off with probably the biggest one we've spoke about for the past forever.
Yeah.
The lack of characters.
Okay, do you know what was my second?
Was it the exact
pick?
same thing?
Yeah, the lack of characters, or I've put down the shit characters.
Well, yeah. Well, let's be fair. They've probably got one character in WWE.
I can think of, apart from everybody's local superhero Ricochet. I hate that. I hate that so much.
Don't even.
From the top of my head, it's literally just the Fiend. You can't count Taker.
No.
You know what? One sec. I'm going to bring up the roster, and I'm going to try and go through.
Yeah, let's do that. I'll get it up myself.
Let's grab. This is why I wanted to do it on my computer, so I could just easily just do this. We've reached parts on I don't know, superstar page.
Start off with your champion.
Straight off, Fiend and Brock. I fucking love Brock. You want to hear from me for a exclusive survey about WWE? You don't want to hear my opinion on the WWE right now. So within this shit character system, I was also going to point out the lack of character names. Everything has to be like, it's got to be a real person's name. I kind of understand why. It's like you kind of got to relate to your audience.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to having a stage name? I actually miss having stage names.
Like, you go down the list and just the only person who has like a descriptive word is the Fiend, Bray Wyatt.
Yeah. Although that was another thing of mine. Everybody has to have a prefix to their name. Around your marketing purposes, I understand it, but it's just so cringy. Like when you've got Cole on, now on a Friday.
The big dog is here, Roman. Yeah.
It's boss time. Oh, shut the fuck up. Okay, that does stick in my head, and it's more memorable. It's like with the kids when they bring up the kids on stage and they go, we're going to play the name game. I can't think of any examples off the top of my head, but you've got White. Right, okay, they've split this up, so it's actually brands now. No, I don't want to see the thing. I just want to see a list of people. Why can't you see a list of people? I don't know, yeah. So, like, you'll have some unknown woman on stage going, I'm going to give you as many character names as possible. The Big Dog, Roman Reigns. I can't think of anybody else.
Always on that.
The A-lister. Oh, The Miz. The Monster Among Men. It's like, stop. I understand it's from a marketing perspective, but it comes across as cheesy. I hate having prefixes for names. I mean, you can probably, I don't know, because then I was looking back and I was thinking earlier on, you've got people that didn't like The Rock, but his name was just so strong, he didn't need a prefix to his name. But then you had others like Stone Cold Steve Austin, but if you just said Steve Austin, it sounds weird. You have to say Stone Cold Steve Austin. Who else was major players back then?
As well, though.
Yeah, but like you wouldn't just say Steve Austin, though, would you? It would just sound and feel weird.
Dude, I'm just looking down this whole list.
The phenomenal one. It's just literally like, what words can we put together? Like, I hated what did Cole used to say? By the fucking lunatic fringe. Oh, it made no,
Oh,
it made no grammatical sense.
he's a lunatic. He does lunatic things.
Is a lunatic and doesn't make sense if you just say the lunatic. His fringe is the lunatic
Like,
fringe.
it was it's so fucking shite.
Why can't you? What's happened to just the? I can't see the whole page of wrestlers. It's only the champions. I don't want to just see the champions.
I can see them all.
Oh,
There are
current.
more.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
really scroll down the page. Um, okay. I'll just look on Raw.
I tell you what, if you go to all superstars, Arnold Schwarzenegger's on there.
Really? Oh yeah, because he's infamous match with The Rock. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. To be fair, like they've got people like Akeem. Akeem the African Dream hasn't been on WWE TV since like '95 or something.
Hey, they got Big Bam Bigelow on here.
Alex Riley. I thought he's gone.
Hey, Roy. Wait.
Hey, right. I'm pretty sure that he was sacked, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. Alex, I don't even know the most. Who the fuck is Amir Jordan? I've never heard of him.
Got to be developmental
He
or some shit.
he looks like a new guy. My point being, none of these guys have actual characters. Like,
No.
I'm not saying go back to the days where like you had to be a garbage man or
Big Boss Man.
or a fucking policeman or oh yeah, he's actually on the roster here. I'm pretty sure he doesn't wrestle anymore.
I think this is just everyone over time in their company, isn't it?
So where's Chris Benoit? Well,
Uh,
well, you can't have one without the other. You can't go back to someone who gets mad when you don't pay their taxes. Fucking who else has some really shite gimmicks? I'm not saying go back to them sort of times, but
at least have something.
but have something. Don't like I can't. I fucking hated Cena versus Orton. Those massive feuds. Oh, see, Orton's coming out. The Viper. Why? Because he strikes out of nowhere. Well, he doesn't know, does he? But then again,
The closest thing in the past sort of few years they've had to any sort of character was Daniel Bryan and his like sort of like being a vegan, being a saving the world sort of thing.
fucking love that.
And they just dropped it.
Yeah.
They stopped him talking. They stopped him doing anything
Yeah.
with it. They literally killed it.
Because there's nothing worse than in real life walking down the street, someone come up to you going, "Sorry, but I'm vegan." I don't give a fuck. Just
No.
why would you tell me that for? That was
that
pure
was what
annoying.
made him perfect.
I loved it. I thought it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
And it was like a character that it wasn't even a character, it's him, but it was him like kind of
blown up 100 times.
blown up. Yeah.
And it
'Cause he's
just
not someone who
worked.
kind of preaches it in real life,
Yeah.
but
He just
he
lives
made
his
his
life day to
character
day.
preach it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just looking through the roster now. And I'm just trying to think of what characters have there been which like are actual characters. Kind of Brodus Clay, but not really. He was
Somebody go on mama.
a dancing
Somebody
dinosaur.
go on mama.
Was he? Bronson Reed, no idea who that is. I mean, to be fair, you could probably argue people like the Hardy Boys, people like the Dudleys, who were big in the early 2000s, they didn't have a gimmick, but then they kind of did. At the same time, I guess the people of who they were an entertaining character. But then when you looked at Bubba Ray's, Bubba Ray's run in TNA where he was doing Bully Ray, I fucking love that, as you can probably tell, because I imitated and innovated his character a few years later. Carmella, have no idea.
What was the guy? I completely forgot his name now. What was the guy that used to be like Miz's side person? who used to be like a double to it.
Damien Sandow.
There we go.
He was fucking amazing. That was
Yeah.
nothing but pure entertainment. He
Yeah.
was brilliant.
It's like the only other like sort of character that I can kind of think of in years gone by.
Who actually had a character and it wasn't portrayed as a stupid occupation kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm going down the list and there's very little like just characters who kind of stand out.
I mean, they've got CM Punk. I reckon he's just been put back onto the roster page recently.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he got put on Thursday.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just shocked that he's on here. He's again. He was kind of like the Hardys and the Dudleys. He never had a character. He was just himself, but
I'd say with
blown up
CM
1,000 times.
Yeah, I'd say he was kind of more like what we were talking about with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Where it was like it, especially in his heel run, where like he wasn't really a character, but he used to shout everything about being straight edge and stuff like that. It was his real life, but blown up.
Yeah, I loved
made the character.
Absolutely, I loved how he was all talking the straight edge stuff as a heel, and then then he turned face. He was doing the voice of the voiceless.
Yeah.
Rebelling against authority and stuff. That was brilliant. I fucking loved that.
Do you remember the Straight Edge Society?
Yeah, loved it.
That was fun.
I loved it.
Tell you what, it was one of the best sort of like Royal Rumble things ever, where like someone just kept coming out, he'd toss them out.
I was just about to
get back on the mic and fucking start speaking and stuff.
I was literally just about to point that out. That was fantastic. Was that like 2013, 2014 Rumble? I think it was. He tossed someone out. He got back onto the ring. Now, from what I was saying, you shouldn't do drugs. Perfect. Someone else would come out, throw him out quickly. Anyway, don't drink. I fucking loved it.
So good.
That sort of character. Then Damien Sandow, go back to him quickly. That was just natural perfection. The Miz takes a bump. He takes a bump on the outside. It's his stunt.
Yeah.
That's so good. That was so good.
I did like. There's like the Damien Sandow way of doing a character, and then there's obviously the CM Punk Daniel Bryan way of doing the character.
Yeah.
But they really just don't do it enough. Like, I mean, let's get the roster now. Like,
I'm just going down the roster.
Okay.
Doink, Doink pops up.
yeah, I did see that.
Donald Trump. He's on the Superstars.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah. Like, you take someone like Seth Rollins. What's his character?
Don't get me started.
No. Let's get started on it. What's his character?
He's an architect that burns things down.
Yeah.
That's not what an architect does.
No.
Although what he rebuilds, reclaims... what the fuck was that again? I don't know. So it's just not memorable. I don't care. There's nothing that makes me care about him.
What was his fucking...
Like... EC3.
Redesign, rebuild, reclaim.
Redesign, rebuild, reclaim. I completely understand that. Then he goes to the Firefly Funhouse and burns it down.
Yeah, like...
What?
But didn't he have a promo the other week where he was like, I don't know if I can redesign it. I don't know if I can rebuild it. Like, come on, man.
I think I just need to quit my job as an architect.
Yeah, I'm not very good at this.
Scrolling down the page, EC3. Why did they not carry it on, or at least give him a chance anyway to carry on his character? He signed with NXT probably about 2 years ago. He was doing well there. He was kind of doing the top 1% gimmick.
Because they brought up a bunch of bloody people from NXT and then went, actually, we don't know what the fuck we're going to do with you here, so we're not going to do anything with you.
You're just going to be running around with fucking Spud chasing after a belt that no one cares about. Oh, okay. It's like it did actually make me laugh when they did the barbecue promo backstage with the New Day and something else. EC3 was basically sitting there just like eating a sausage like a hot dog, whatever it was. You could just tell he did not want to be there. He was just
Like,
I don't give a fuck
can't
anymore.
wait until his goddamn fucking contract's up.
Yeah, I actually can't wait for him to go to All Elite, and he will do well again. It's like he actually did a real good stint in TNA, and then he came over obviously for the money.
Well,
Same
when he
with
was doing the whole thing with Dixie Carter, as her like nephew,
brilliant,
great. But no, goes to WWE and they go, yep. What you got for me, guys? Oh, nothing.
You could be chasing a belt like that. No one.
Brilliant! Title shot.
Title shot. Which one? The US belt, the tag belts. Honestly, guys, I'm not fussy.
I'm not fussy. Like, but if you're going to give me that Universal title shot, don't worry, I'm ready for it. I've done my craft over the past few years in TNA. People know who I am. I built the name. I used to be in WWE. It wasn't quite ready the first time, but this second run, I've got you. I'm ready to carry this business.
Great.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Great.
EC3.
So do you remember the hardcore title?
Sit down, mate. Sit down for this one.
I'll do the title. I'll do the hardcore title. That'll make me a legitimate badass.
Not quite hardcore. Right, okay, so
what?
Where are we going with this then? It's going to be a 24/7 title, basically, and it's going to be defended for about 20 minutes. No, 2 minutes on a show, and we still expect you to fly out there on your own money, and you'll never win it, by the way, but I mean, we'll see you run past the camera for about 5 seconds.
You've just got to break through that glass ceiling and reach for the old brass.
What? Like, really? Literally nothing else for me?
Oh, man.
Changing the subject slightly, but then you've got someone like Finn.
Yeah.
Why? I am totally down with the whole thing. I've only seen the demon gimmick once or twice a year. More than happy with that. But even then, when was the last time we actually saw the demon? Why didn't he bring it out against the Fiend?
I don't know. Why didn't he bring him out? Do you know when he fought Brock Lesnar or some shit like before?
Yeah.
Perfect time.
Actually make it look like he's got a fighting chance.
What?
The Gobbledygooker. Gold dust.
Yeah.
I really can't even be asked to go down this list even more. This is... I mean, Heath Slater, the whole "I've got kids" gimmick, that was actually quite over with the crowd. I love the whole Legends program he did.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Getting beat by Lita and fucking
Psycho
JBL
Sid,
and...
Vader, rest in peace. They're all fucking dead now.
Heath Ledger's a fucking murderer.
Yeah, he's the one that killed them all. Ho Ho and Lun, who the fuck are these people? But the whole Heath Slater thing, he did that whole Legends program. He was being given 10 minutes a week on TV. He was jobbing to a really, well, like a decently big past star. And then they took him off TV for a bit. They brought him back as the beat. No, they didn't. No. That was it. That was pointless. He did the Got Kids gimmick for a little bit. And I say gimmick. He came on with a t-shirt. Someone said to him, you're not wrestling tonight because this person's taking your spot. He'll say, but I've got kids. And then, that was it. That was his stunt over. I'm genuinely trying to find someone with a character down this list. There's no one. I'll tell you. Let me change the filter to just current. Because I am going past like a lot of all elite wrestlers, like fucking Jericho's on here still. All superstars, current superstars. Okay, I'm gonna go down the list as soon as someone has got a gimmick. Aleister Black, not really. I wouldn't class that he's got a gimmick. The the
He doesn't
primetime
know how to
players.
get out of a room.
Yeah.
That's the like, fucking...
It's been stuck. It's been stuck in a room for the past 2 months. The primetime players, they're obviously trying to be a Crime Time rip-off, and they're basically
Remember
just
how fun Crime Time
Crime Time
were?
were awesome, but then like you got all these people. It's racist. Fuck off. It's entertaining. Um, Gimmick, but no. Not really. B team maybe. Not really. Strowman hasn't really got a gimmick. What's happened to Strowman? He came out picking up fucking lorries and ambulances and ripping up
Trash trucks. Like that.
the fucking LED panels stuff, and then all of a sudden he was in a match against Brock. Well, it was a triple threat, wasn't it, at the Rumble?
Yeah.
Lost that. Hasn't gone for the belt since. But he's the most legitimate. Oh, is it fair to say fight? I don't know. He's the most legitimate looking guy on the roster, which you think he could go for the belt, he would win it and run, and he would do so fucking well. I think they've
the closest thing we've got to like an actual gimmick on the roster is Elias, from what I can see. And that's the closest thing I can see like going down.
But again, he's a CM Punk style. I don't know actually. What's his background?
I have no idea in his background,
Elias
but obviously he's like things like being a musician, isn't it? Like
I'm guessing he used to be a musician, and yeah.
I don't think he was.
Um,
When he first came up to the roster, he could barely play the guitar. He's obviously learnt a bit.
Well, he's been in NXT since 2014. He should have learnt something by now. I mean, what's he even done on TV recently? It was announced on September 10th. Elias. Oh, okay, so he's injured. All right, so let's forget Elias. Would you class it as, I guess being a drifter is kind of a gimmick, maybe?
Well, it's what I mean, like, it's the closest thing we've got to a gimmick. It's
like,
somewhere in between.
Like with Drew McIntyre. What the fuck's his gimmick? Epico and Primo, I thought... The Scottish psychopath. You'll be terrible, but he'll be terrible winning the t-shirts against the kids.
That's it.
I love. I just want to jump in there with the kids things of when they do the impressions and they go, "Okay, little Johnny, what impression are you gonna do? Undertaker. Okay, give me an Undertaker. Rest in peace." Oh, well done. Yeah, well done.
No way.
You give him a t-shirt for that. Rest in peace. I loved it. That was fucking quality. Ivar and the fucking War Raiders, whatever the name is.
Viking Raiders, isn't it?
They've got the character in front of them, but they don't do anything.
Nope.
But then again, would you want to see them? Well, actually, yeah, I probably would want to see them come down, thinking that they are Vikings. I guess it's different. As long as it's done right and it's not done in a childish manner, and it doesn't look embarrassing.
Make it like real, ain't you? Like that's what they think they are.
Yeah,
like Vikings, like
Lawler, I guess. Although his king gimmick is that's been gone for years.
Yeah.
Ever since he left in 2001? No, because he came back in 2003 as a heel, and he did really well doing that. To be fair. And then it was probably about the 2008 time of when they just went all PG, and he's just not allowed to actually crack a joke anymore.
No.
Still going through Jordan Devlin, Jordan Miles. They're just normal people. There's nothing.
No characters, man.
I guess Kane's the only one, but he's not active. Kaylee Ray, whoever the fuck that is. Keith Lee, I've seen him in NXT. He looks good. He's actually pretty entertaining, but again, he's got no character. King Corbin, okay. I guess there's There's your most recent
that's
character.
not his gimmick though. That's not his character though, is it?
Mm,
That's one just gifted to him.
yeah. I guess that they're trying to build him up. The Ascension. They did nothing with them though.
No,
they were boring. Their run in NXT were great though.
Well, I think the biggest pro. I'll come on to this. Like, it probably doesn't matter so much anymore, but they've struggled bringing people from NXT up. Like,
absolutely.
They don't know how to. They don't know how to elevate people from NXT to the main roster.
I mean,
I'll give me 1 minute. I just got someone at my door.
Nice.
Shit.
What the hell?
Just dropping everything.
Was that your dirty takeaway?
No, it's takeaway, but it's like chicken and rice.
Oh, decent.
I don't tend to like.
I need to eat, actually.
Like when I order stuff, I tend to kind of. It's more like better stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan. Like, I can't be asked for like pizzas and stuff too much anymore.
Nah.
I just eat like chicken rice.
To be fair, I'm exactly the same. I've only ever had probably 3 takeaways since I moved down to London, like a year and a half ago. Probably a bit more than that.
That's all right.
I just don't care anymore. It's like the old adage of having a McDonald's when you're a kid is a success. When you have McDonald's as an adult, it's a failure.
McDonald's is so fucking shit.
Yeah. Imagine a 16-year-old Ash hearing you right now.
Wow.
With the amount of Subways.
At least Subway had some taste to it.
Yeah. It was definitely one of the better
Options,
fast foods. Yeah. I was just looking through the roster still. Matt Hardy. The broken gimmick. That was amazing. Although
it was amazing in TNA.
It was amazing in TNA, and then it was destroyed in WWE.
They didn't know what to do with it.
No. Although just let Matt take it and just run with it.
This is what I was just gonna say. Like, they should have just let Matt Hardy do what he wanted to it.
Yeah.
Not try and overproduce it like they did.
Yeah.
Fucking terrible.
And then it just comes across as fake, and it's just this is horrible to watch.
And that's
it's
what it
cringy.
was. Like,
but then again, but then again, the stuff of what he was doing in TNA, it came across as really cringy. But then when he was watching it properly, it was like, this is fucking entertaining, actually.
But that's why people fell in love with it, because it was like borderline cringy.
Yeah, but like, it was just
different,
done so well.
Yeah. And then when it came to WWE, it was overproduced.
Yeah.
So it took away from it.
Yeah. And then it was just like, because you've overproduced, because you've put so much effort into this.
Yeah.
It looks stupid now.
Do you remember when they tried to copy the broken gimmick with like Bray Wyatt versus the New Day?
No, I don't actually.
Okay. Go on.
When did that happen?
Because you remember like how Matt had like the whole fight at his
the compound. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they do the search Wyatt family New Day. I'm pretty sure it should come up. It's the second one on Google. If it's the New Day and the Wyatts brawl at the Wyatt family.
Oh, the compound thing.
Yeah. That was essentially, I think, like a week or two after the Broken had his fight at the gimmick.
I vaguely do remember this, but it's saying something when I don't remember this, but I remember the final deletion.
That's what I mean, yeah.
The final deletion was brilliant.
Perfect, yeah.
I'm just skimming through it. Strowman turns up. I genuinely don't actually remember this. 2016 is only 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Nude. Oh my god, it is bad, isn't it?
It was terrible.
And then they just run away because they're scared. Was that just on a random episode of Raw? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
they didn't even build up to it or make it feel special. It was just, oh yeah, by the way, this happened a few days ago. It's like when they did the same thing with Bray and Orton, in that house of what they burned down or something, wasn't it? Or I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
There you go. So the final deletion was July 5th.
And that was July 11th.
Yeah, yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
Oh god, it's so bad. It's terrible. But then you've got people who have a potential awesome gimmick. You've got Matt Riddle, who's next on the roster. He could do something with
Yes, bro.
his bro thing, kind of maybe, but stop saying
Definitely
bro.
could.
I don't know. His UFC run could be used really well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you got to be careful stepping on the lines with Kane and Brock, because then you'll just be repeating yourself. Mike, Canellis, Kane, Canellis, however you pronounce his surname. Whatever happened to him? Have we ever found out what happened to Maria's baby, or is that just still forgotten about?
I think they forgot about it. Let alone me.
It was just dropped one week and never spoken about again.
Yeah.
And then they're pretty much trying to copy that storyline with Lana. Like,
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what is going on? Otis and the other dude. I mean, has he got a gimmick? Not really. He just walks around talking with a stroke.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. yeah.
It's like I don't even know. Orton, fucking boring. He's signed a new contract recently. He's on for another, was it 3 years or 4 years or something? Why?
3, yeah.
I just want him to go. I've never ever liked him. Ricochet, the superhero, he's probably got the strongest gimmick right now.
I mean, you say gimmick.
I was joking. That I love Ricochet as a wrestler, but this whole, when you've got Cole shouting down your ear every fucking week, he's our superhero. You won't see anybody else do this but superheroes. Shut up, mate. Shut up.
I mean, I don't know what he does that's superpowers.
He flips. he does a flip every now and again. He's a superhero.
I
Yeah,
guess.
but everybody else on the roster does flips every time. Just guiding away from the topic of shite gimmicks. Why does every single match have to have a flip from inside to outside the ring? Every single match does it. Annoys the hell out of me. Because they're superheroes.
Shows you how freaking strong they are, yeah.
How athletic when you've got Otis
Yeah.
doing it as well, that fat bastard.
That's it, yeah.
Sami Zayn, what's even his gimmick? Joe, fucking Samoa Joe, he could have done something really cool too, but
He's
ever
just a
since he got brought
freaking-
up onto Raw, no one cares.
Talker on like chat shows and shit now, isn't he?
Yeah, that's literally all that he does. He's probably injured, I'm guessing. Like I don't think I've seen him in ages. I
He was
don't
on
know.
that backstage the other day.
Was he?
Yeah, yeah.
I-
CM Punk.
I haven't watched that. I don't even know where to watch it, to be quite honest. Shorty G makes no sense. Sin Cara, he's asked for his release. He wants out.
The problem is, someone else is just going to take that character and they're like,
Yeah.
pointless, absolute pointless.
I'm just literally going down the roster of only current superstars, and the other issue
Nothing.
is there's so many fucking wrestlers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The-
So many wrestlers and so many, most of them don't even get fucking time.
Exactly. 4, 8, 12, 24, 40, 48. Okay, I'm not even going to bother trying to count them all, but there's well over There's fucking loads. There's well over 150. There's got to be.
That's what I mean.
Why is the roster so big? It's stupid.
Well, this is like another thing. Like this is where also I'll compare it to like what AEW do.
Yeah.
Where I was telling you about the other week, where not everyone's on every week, including the big guys, like the big names.
Yeah, and I love that because it makes me want to watch it next week and hopefully see them then.
It makes the wrestlers a bit special, more special.
They used to do that with NXT.
Yeah.
In the days of when Shinsuke, Sami Zayn, they were alternated each week, and then like you wouldn't see every single one every single week because it just drains them. Which is why I don't want to see the Fiend on TV.
No.
Until maybe Survivor Series, but even then, keep him off pay-per-views. Why is he been on every single pay-per-view since he debuted in SummerSlam? Okay, that's only been like three pay-per-views, but I still think
3 didn't have to be on.
That's too many that he's already been on so far. I guarantee you he'll be on what pay-per-views for the rest of the year. You've got Survivor Series, TLC. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they've got 2 left.
TLC is normally the last one, yeah.
So he'll be on Survivor Series, guaranteed. Obviously, he's against Bryan. And then TLC, he'll definitely be on that. He'll be in the Rumble. Well, probably not in the Rumble, but he'll have a match at the Rumble.
CM Punk at the Rumble.
Yeah, imagine. And then he'll be there every single month. Although, actually, it'll be quite interesting to see what they're going to do with the pay-per-views next year, since they've got the brand split again.
They need to go back to like brand-specific pay-per-views. It made them better.
I do, and I don't agree with that because when it was the late 2000s, and they were doing the whole Raw versus SmackDown. I never watched a SmackDown show. I literally never liked SmackDown. I didn't like Batista. I didn't like Ray. There was no reason for me to watch it. I like Taker, but I'm not going to sit through a fucking 3-hour pay-per-view just to see Taker. Yeah. The length of the pay-per-views needs to be toned down massively. I can't sit through 4 hours. It's too much. Go back to when it's 3 hours, and then then the pre-show, which is just video packages, and then you'll get a shit 10-minute lower card match, and it's like I don't care. This is way too much to. It's like people were complaining. Were people complaining? I don't know. There was not too long ago, like last week or something. Someone was talking about how Mania was like 8 hours long, and and then if you work it out with the 2-hour pre-show, 5-hour show was it, or 6-hour show?
5 or 6.
And then there was like a post show, as far as I remember. I don't know. It was like 7 or 8 hours. 7 or 8 hours long. Who the fuck can sit there in a seat for 7 to 8 hours?
I fell asleep.
You did.
Yeah.
You did, because we streamed it together.
Exactly. I couldn't do it. And normally I'm pretty good at staying up and shit.
Yeah.
That fucking drained me.
And even then, like, I was watching it thinking, I am happy to end the stream right now. I don't care
so was I. I was good to sleep.
And they didn't even have the main event. The main event on by then. Was it Ronda, Becky, and
Charlotte? Yeah.
Charlotte, wasn't it? Yeah.
They had that fucking helicopter entrance for Charlotte, whatever it was.
No, they did, didn't they? Which was obviously pre-recorded.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it live.
Yeah.
That's my. That's our first big problem. We've been speaking about that for ages.
It's a fucking big problem.
It is a massive problem. My first one, although we should probably just do 5.
We'll do 5. So
5.
Second problem.
5 between us. Shall we go for being overscripted?
Oh yes. Okay.
Massively overscripted, and my best example for this, Jericho, AEW, bubbly. Completely unscripted. Go out there. Oh, second one, AEW. I hate him, but Cody walked out there last week. Fucking amazing promo. Nothing was scripted. A couple of bullet points. talk about that. Go. Okay.
Well, I'll agree. Like, I'm not a Cody fan. Don't really care for his wrestling. But that promo is the first thing I mentioned to you
Yeah.
about how good it was. Like, there was emotion in it. It was him just talking to the camera.
Yeah.
It wasn't him pandering to the fans or anything. It was just him talking about his life, his experiences, what Jericho had said, and it was just perfect. It wasn't scripted. It was just go out there and say something.
It just
Perfect.
worked. I fucking loved it. Then you've got like what I don't understand, right? When they make it to Raw and SmackDown, they get given a script and they say memorize this.
Yeah.
What the fuck was the point when they were in NXT and training at the Performance Center? Why do they bother? Yeah, why do they bother doing class? I guess it's to get them used to being talking in front of a camera, talking in front of a camera and being able to think of stuff on the spot. But when they're not being given time to stand in front of a camera on live TV on Raw or SmackDown and talk, this is why I don't want to be one of those people which goes, this is why the Attitude Era was the best. It was the best. Well, it was the best in my opinion. That was when I started watching wrestling. That's what got me into wrestling.
What we grew up with.
100%. But back in them days, they just... I mean, that's exactly what we did at K-Star. Carl would turn around to us and say, right, okay, your 3 points are you've lost that match, but you still want to go for the belt, and you're not going to get cheated again. Go for it. And you had a minute to just stand there in front of the whole class and just talk. And 9 out of 10 people would walk up there and do something really cool, really entertaining, funny, or scary, or threatening, or something like that. And it was entertaining to listen to. Then you've got the people on WWE TV right now, which goes, okay, what was the line again? Last week you screwed... Oh, yeah, got it. Last week you screwed me, and tonight that's not going to... It's just shit.
Okay, well...
I fucking hate it.
I think the biggest example of that is Cain Velasquez. Before frickin' Crown Jewel, they're doing the press conference. He forgets his lines, and Rey Mysterio has to tell him the lines.
Did he really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, so that happened. It's pathetic. Like... I guarantee if you told Cain Velasquez to go up and talk about stuff he's done with Brock Lesnar in UFC, how he beat him in UFC, just go talk about that.
Yeah.
And how you're going to do the same now. If he'd gone there, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
Perfect.
He's not...
Because you gave him a bloody script. Because you don't trust the guy to talk on his own.
He's not... He's basically not a footballer, which will stand there and go, well, I scored last night and it was good. Like fucking when I used to work at Derby County, we the worst person to interview was his name's gone out of my head. Vidra. Okay, he was the worst person. The guy, Colin something, the bald dude. He'll basically sit down with him and go, Vidra, you've had a very good night last night. You scored against Forest. How'd you feel about that? And then you just sit there and just respond, yeah, good. I scored. We win. And that was it. And it was like, you gonna give me anything else? Or yeah. And then, I mean, I guess in those certain circumstances, you probably should give him a script to read from. But when you're paying these people like $35,000 a year whilst they're in the PC and going through NXT, you've got to let them learn by themselves, and you've just got to let them. I mean, The Rock would not have gotten anywhere near the success of who he is even today if he wasn't allowed to go on the mic back in 97, 98 time and just fucking talk and just go for it and then see what happens. And then he progressed.
Or even something like the Stone Cold, the what?
The what
like
chance.
That.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
what chant still goes today because Stone Cold improvised something off
Yeah.
the spot like that wasn't scripted.
Yeah. The one thing that I remember is The Rock at WrestleMania. Pardon me. I don't know. It's probably WrestleMania 2004, 2005. I reckon. I think it was when it was Rock and Sock against Evolution,
Okay.
and The Rock was backstage. He was behind a door. He said something going, "This is electrifying. The fans are on their feet." It was obviously just natural, just Rock talking. He turned around, he opened the doors and saw the crowd from the inside of the arena going absolutely nuts, and it was just that fucking pumped you up so much.
Yeah.
I was buzzing. I was just watching that as like a 14-year-old. Just go, oh my god, The Rock is so cool.
Yeah.
And then you've got pick any name you want, Seth Rollins going, oh, I'm gonna burn it down tonight. You know, I don't give a shit, mate. You said burn it down. Oh, it's so shit. But then on the other hand, you've got Paul Heyman. I'd love to know. Is his script is his promo scripted, or is he one of those few people which are just allowed to go out on the mic and just do what he wants because they know it's gonna be good.
Yeah, they just know what. Like, I think Paul Heyman's probably at that point where they trust him with anything now.
Yeah,
they know he's not gonna like. They know he's not gonna just like go off on something that's unrelated. He's gonna make everything relevant.
Like they said that with Bray, pretty much when he was called up to Raw, 2014, I think, something like that. I'm pretty sure he was allowed to just go for it. I think he was given a couple of points, but because he was trusted and he was so gifted with his words, he could just go out there and just talk.
Yeah, he had a way of spinning words, Bray.
Yeah,
like I sent you a link of the Miss Teacher Lady promo that he did.
Is that on WhatsApp?
Didn't just send it. I sent it to you the other day. The one when I was last down when I saw him in London.
So that one. Yeah.
So that promo, it's about a 10-minute promo.
Yeah.
And like it was perfect. So I gather he had points there, but there was no way the whole of that was scripted.
No. But I don't understand, like, throughout the time of when he was out, over the past year or so, okay, like, he was injured, he probably wasn't able to go out and physically, like, work or something, but why didn't they bring him over to the PC Centre and just go, right,
help,
these three guys here, or these five guys here, these are the ones which have the most potential. They're really good on the mic, but they're not quite there. Can you work with them for a couple of days or for a week or whatever? And then go to NXT and just do the exact same with a couple of people there and go just work with them for a week. And then just start experimenting with people. And I'm not saying let them go out there and just talk, because I know a lot of people will fuck up and they won't be able to talk properly, and they... But give them points. For. Yes, exactly.
That's what NXT's for. It's a developmental brand.
But
I know you're now on TV, but that's your own fault. You fucked that.
I hate that they're on TV because they're another brand now. They're not. They're not
it's
a developmental.
WWE.
Yeah, it's
just another WWE show.
I hate it. I hate the fact that they've got their own TV show now. It doesn't work in my opinion. Because all they're going to do is make a fourth brand and make that into a fucking development, and then...
keep going.
It's just stupid. And then Ring of Honor will make a TV show, it's like a weekly show, which will go up against... I hate it.
It's not good, man.
But
yeah, like, the way they should have done it, is kept NXT developmental.
Yep.
Give these wrestlers bullet points, and then just let them go out. If they fail, they fail. They learn a lesson. If they go out, they get something from it. They make a name for themselves. They give them the confidence. So when they do finally get called up to the main two shows, they can go out. You're building characters. You're building future stars.
Yep.
Well, don't do that anymore.
Well, that's what they did in the late 90s. It was just You either succeed or you fail, and it's your choice.
Yeah,
We obviously want you to succeed. We want to be able to make money from you,
but it's
but
on you.
if you're going to walk out and do a shit promo and no one cares about you, no one's buying
Yeah,
your shirts, no one's talking about you,
give them a reason to care.
then exactly. I mean, that's where Sando, that's where Sandow got himself so over. It's like he did promos without doing promos. It's like
Yeah,
you'd have
yeah,
the Miz talking, going, "Oh, I'm doing this, and doing this," and then right beside him, you would have. I loved it. You'd have Sando
yeah,
going,
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
and it was just that was charisma without even needing charisma.
Yeah,
That was brilliant.
that's perfect.
And then you've got Brian who needs to just let him go, let him talk. Xavier Woods is another good
tell you
example.
Brian, they did let speak on SmackDown last night. I saw it this morning.
Did they?
Watching it earlier, yeah.
Was
So
that
he's going against the Fiend.
okay? Yeah.
So he was on whatever the Miz's show's called. I can't remember what it's called.
It's the most
Highlight Reel? It's not
talked
Highlight,
about
that's
WWE
Jericho, isn't it?
TV, Miz TV.
That's the one, Miz TV. Yeah, so he was on Miz TV and he was talking about can't remember what he was talking about, but he was talking to Miz about shit. And he essentially challenged the Fiend to a title match.
Because that's clever.
Yeah, and then and then obviously Bray was talking as Bray, the Firefly Funhouse Bray,
Yeah.
and then they just give Brian the mic, and it was good. I don't know if you've seen they've turned the freaking Universal title blue again.
I did see that briefly.
Yeah. I wish they'd just done something different with it.
Makes sense.
For the Fiend, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they could have just made it completely different.
I was actually thinking exactly that. Why don't they do? Because obviously the Fiend he's got a fucking character. Run with this character. If they are going to sell a fucking box of stickers for like $50 and it sells out within a few minutes, they are going to make a load of belts, sell them.
Oh yeah,
they'll be out the door for fucking $200 each if it costs like $20 to make.
Brian's replica belts.
Yeah, with the hem belt.
Like
yeah.
Fucking, I don't know what they sold
Hotcakes.
like, but fucking hotcakes. That's the one.
Like
I was
rich,
going to say hot pockets, but
like
I didn't
rich
know
gravy.
right. Yeah, rich gravy. Rich gravy on passion sausage, man.
with a Tanglefoot ale. What a twat. But yeah, just
great. You got invited.
I mean, I'm massively gay, but I wasn't invited apparently. Just make a demon belt. Obviously, don't make it like a fucking Divas belt. That butterfly was shocking. That was awful.
Yeah. But they could have just manipulated the current belt.
You know,
different things. Or like
you know what they should do, right?
What's that?
Do an interpromotional thing with 2K. People that have 2K20, go and make a belt
I think
design.
Everyone's got refunds on 2K20.
Probably, yeah. I'm fucking glad I didn't buy it. Jesus, it's terrible. But have a competition, make the best custom belt for Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
The winner gets it made.
Boom.
And then, obviously, let it go to a vote. I mean, don't let the internet vote on it because you'll have a boat face on your hands. And why don't they let them do that? Oh, pardon me. We're coming off topic here. Being over scripted. That's a massive issue for me. In the WWE right now.
Yeah, no one's trusted.
No, nobody's trusted.
No one's just given freedom.
Free reign of their character to go out, entertain people, and just let themselves get over.
This does link with point number one, actually, about not having characters. They're not given time to build characters.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing, because they're given these scripts. These scripts don't contain a thing from creative going, this is your character. It's just, you're going to say this generic thing, this generic thing, this generic thing, this generic thing. Copy this line for line, remember it, go out and say it.
I'd have loved to have known what they said to Xavier Woods when the New Day first came in. New Day were heel. New Day were face. They came in...
When New Day first came in, they were like a fucking church choir.
That's right, yeah. Then Xavier Woods came down to the ring with Francesca. Started blowing that. They got booed because it was annoying. I'd love to know if they were told to do that, or was that Xavier? Did he just go out on his own thing? It was brilliant. It was fucking awesome.
Like, because at that point, no one even cared what the New Day were. Like, people just started to give up on them.
Yeah.
And then that made them relevant again. So if someone does something off their, I gotta think that's off their own back. Like, they must have done it once. And then,
I'm just looking it up. When did they... The Rise of the New Day. Fuck me. That was 2014. Yeah. Six years later, and it's still going strong.
Yeah.
6 years. That's fucking ridiculous.
Like, don't get me... There was a point somewhere in the middle where I think they were starting to get a bit stale.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But they did get themselves out of it.
Yeah.
Like,
I think they... I think they need to change up a bit now. I think they've been stale for a while. I've never liked Kofi as champion. I was never a fan of that. I loved their WrestleMania stuff with the massive Boothio stuff.
The
cereal. Loved it. Do something more like that. Do something stupid, something fun. Don't give Kofi the belt back. I'd never like that.
I'm done with that.
But
I think at this point with Xavier gone, it's a perfect opportunity to maybe just end it all.
Mix them up, 100%.
Make Big E turn on Kofi. Yeah. Maybe they lose the titles, Big E and happy. Boom.
Yeah.
Go on.
Boom. Big ending. Big ending to the New Day.
At that point, you've already got the perfect heel in Big E.
Yeah.
There's this big ass fucking strong motherfucker who's just beat this guy the fans were behind for 6 months.
Yeah, absolutely. And then they could easily have a Mania match if they did so by now. If they started it now, and then carried it on to Mania, 100%. All right. Do you want me to go for my third one, because I think that one mixes in with what we've been talking to, or do you want to go for one?
Go with third.
Okay, my next one was there's no more than one guy who's actually going for the belt at one time.
Oh,
I hate this.
Oh yeah, I remember. This probably goes back to the Attitude Era, to be fair, where you used to have Stone Cold, Rock, Chris Jericho. There was like 4 or 5 guys who were always trying to fight for the freaking same title. Going for the same title.
My example was going to be Armageddon 2000 I think it was Armageddon 2000, was it? Armageddon 2000. There was 6 people. It was it was Armageddon 2000. There was 6 people going for the belt. Kurt Angle, who was champion. The Rock, Austin, Triple H, Taker, and Rikishi. I remember roughly at that time as well, you had the British Bulldog. Yeah. He was also going for the belt. I think Chris Benoit was, as far as I remember. There's 8 people. 8 people that were going for the belt just in one period. Nowadays, it's... I hate it. I hate it so much. It's just one person. I mean, it's been pretty much the same since 2006, 2007, and then I'd say
the last time you had it was probably when you had Kurt Angle, Brock, and Eddie. Like those sort of 3, and maybe I think Benoit may have been in there somewhere.
I was literally going to say that. That I think it was about 2007 time is when they stopped it all.
Yeah,
and then you had. It was every fucking pay-per-view, 12 or 13 pay-per-views in 1 year. Cena versus Orton, Cena versus Orton, Cena versus Orton, Cena versus Orton. They might mix it up, Cena versus Edge. they might mix it up again, Cena versus Orton. And it was 12 pay-per-views in a fucking year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see this match so much. And then they'll have another rematch on Raw every single post pay-per-view event. I'm just bored. I can't see it anymore. And then when they gave up on Cena versus Orton, it was Cena versus Edge, and then that happened for the next year. And I was like, I don't give a shit. When they finally gave up with that after like 6 or 7 months, it was Cena versus Triple H. I was like, I just don't. They shot themselves in the foot.
I don't know what it was. They just literally gave up. Yeah, it was probably Vince going, nah, people can't understand when more than one people are going for it. Yeah. People are stupid.
Yeah.
They only understand if it's 1v1.
But then you can go back to Armageddon 2000, Hell in a Cell match. Angle rocks Austin, Triple H, Taker, and Rikishi. This is going back to the point of the shit characters of when it's not believable for more than one person to be going for the belt at once, which doesn't make it doesn't make any sense. EC3, he's doing nothing backstage. He's sitting there thinking, well, Raw's almost over in about 15 minutes, and I've not been used for the past 6 months. Realistically, why doesn't EC3 sit there and go, you know what? The Fiend's in the ring. I'm going to go fuck him up.
Yeah.
And then just go out there and just fucking beat up the Fiend.
No, as you say, it just makes no sense that more like so if you went up and down the roster, spoke to anyone, what's your goal? Title.
Uh-huh.
What's your goal? Title. What's your goal? Title.
It's like fucking it's like again EC3 sitting there going, EC3, what is your goal? I'd love to be I'd love to be on TV for 2 seconds. I'd love to be champion. Okay, so what are you doing to accomplish that goal?
Yeah.
I am running around backstage chasing R-Truth for the 24/7 belt. Realistically, you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't give a shit, would you?
Like, the thing is, like, the biggest thing, I've spoke to you about this before, like, the big thing you get from more than one person going for the title is the other mini feuds you get from it. You get other stories. You can create other stories. You don't just get 6 guys going for one title. You get 6 guys' stories of how they're going to get to that title, how they want to get to that title, who they're going to beat, what they're going to do. And you get more than one thing out of it. You create more than one person. You create more than one star. Actually,
you saying that, they could have easily done something like this with fucking Rusev, Lashley, and Lana. We could have had Lashley and Rusev going for the belt against Seth or someone, I don't know.
Yeah.
They could have diverted off of the title picture storyline for them to argue it out, have Lana in the middle, cause up a bit more of a stir. Seth would have been face at that point, so the heel Lashley probably would have won and gone over that feud.
Yeah.
Then Lashley goes in for the title picture. Rusev still isn't happy. He's still trying to. I'm just blabbing now, but just having more than one person go for the belt, it doesn't. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Like, the thing is, they don't even have to always have to exactly go for the belt. They have to be like, you can do it so they're around the belt.
Yeah.
So so the feuds that they've got mean something in a pursuit for the belt.
Mm-hmm.
So things have reason. There's purpose to feuds. There's purpose to people wanting to fight each other, and there's none of that anymore.
I completely agree. Let's grab the Survivor Series card.
Wins, losses
for this year
are literally the most irrelevant thing.
That's one thing that I don't like about All Elite. When they start doing house shows, are the win-loss records going to count?
I don't know, because I think they do something called AEW Dark, don't they? Which is basically house shows.
I thought that was just the hour before. That's just the pre-show, isn't it? I think.
I thought that was.
I might be wrong.
Basically, a house show.
I thought Dark was the pre-show to last week's Dynamite show. I think. I might be completely wrong.
Let me go on YouTube and find out. I've not actually watched one, so I'll just kind of guess.
No, same. I haven't, to be honest.
AEW Dark. Okay, yeah. It's the same arenas. So yeah, you're right. Ignore me then.
It is then, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't think they will. I think they'll keep that as televised, which is I'm okay with.
That's fine, but yeah, because numbers will get fucking ridiculous in like 2 years' time. You'll have Orange
People
Cassidy.
like
I love Orange
fucking,
Cassidy. It'll come out with like a win-loss record of like 2 wins and 87 losses.
Yeah.
I fucking love Orange Cassidy. What's he even doing now? Apart from randomly standing out in the backstage area doing nothing.
I'll tell you what he's doing. He's built himself a character and made himself a fucking star.
Fucking oh, just high five. Nice.
Like,
which is why I'm sorry. Yes, with that clip of what I tagged you in a couple of days on Twitter. That clip of when he was on TV for 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
The door opened. He stood there, didn't say anything. He stood there, hands in his pocket. The crowd gave the biggest pop of the night. They went fucking nuts.
Insane.
He's got an amazing gimmick. Give people a gimmick that they have to. Okay, I'll calm down.
Okay. But I tell you what, going back to this, right? The second biggest pop of that night was fucking Luchasaurus returning, which is another. Like, granted, it's a different kind of like gimmick, but it's a gimmick nonetheless.
Yeah.
But it works for the crowd.
Yeah,
It doesn't like it's what I was saying earlier. Like, you've got different types of gimmicks. You've got one which are like purely based on like a character, which is what Luchasaurus is, and you've got ones like Orange Cassidy, which is based on essentially teenagers and fucking millennials, like these lazy fucking bastards
doing nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing better though than them standing in the ring going, oh, I love it. That's amazing.
You've got Orange Cassidy, who's this relatable, everyday person,
teenager,
but
millennial lazy fucker,
but blown up for us on TV, like showing us at a bigger level.
Yeah,
and then you've obviously got the other side, which is like Luchasaurus, where it's a character.
Yeah.
Like, they say it's a dinosaur, and like that's the big character. Like, so you've got two different ways of doing it, and there's two perfect examples of going back to our point in number one, like our first point. I know we've gone a little off topic of number 3, but we probably should have. I'd kind of forgotten about them, like for a moment there. But back to our point.
I'm just looking up. Luchasaurus, who's that really small kid? And he genuinely, what's that banging, by the way?
It's fireworks.
Oh, is it?
It's fucking 16th of November, fireworks.
Bloody hell, that's really loud.
Who's go in the house? We've got like it's like there's like caves and stuff behind our house.
Caves,
like a nature sort of like reserve thing.
Nice.
So people
about.
Essentially, where we live, it used to be like tropic islands and stuff.
Really?
And like you've got all like the old caves and stuff from those from all that time. Yeah, it's all right.
That's pretty cool.
I'll show you around them when you're up.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I need to book those tickets. I still need to do it. Was it Bowling for Soup?
Yeah.
Bowling for Soup tour. I won't do it now, obviously, but I'll just keep it on a tab because I keep forgetting to do it. Birmingham, got it. 12th of February. Sorry, yeah, I'm just looking on YouTube for Luchasaurus. Who is that kid? That
Jungle Boy.
He genuinely looks like a 14-year-old.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. Begin with M.
Luchasaurus returns and saves Jungle Boy and Marco Stunt.
There you go.
Is that Marco Stunt? Who's all the guys in the black lycra stuff?
I can't remember the name of their group, but they were quite big on the indie scene, but they never really introduced them properly. But
to be honest, I've not had time to. Well, I say not had time. I just haven't been asked to watch AEW. But I fucking love it. It's definitely the best thing on TV right now, 100%. Okay, Luchasaurus. Okay, I do actually remember him now. But again, Gimmick.
He's
got a character. I want to know more about him. Bray,
Yeah.
the perfect example when he first did the Firefly Funhouse. At the end of that segment, Twitter blew up, going, "What the fuck are they doing with Bray? That looks absolutely shit." It's like
what the fuck?
It's like he's turned into a kids' TV. A fucking presenter, and everyone on Twitter was like, "No, this looks stupid."
It was like episode 2, episode 3, where the demon started to play,
and
like,
then
little bits.
Episode 3 came out,
it completely dark,
and then everybody just went, "Tell me more. I want to know exactly what this guy is doing. This is awesome. This is what I want to see." There's nothing else like that going on right now.
No, and then when the Fiend appeared on WWE TV, in the ring, just to fucking kill someone.
Yeah.
The crowd were fucking crazy, and then they were stunned into silence just how they killed people.
Yeah.
It was insane.
It's like then you've got the match of what he had with Seth Rollins at what was the last pay-per-view?
Yeah.
No, it was fucking Saudi, wasn't it? Crown Jewel.
That's the one.
I'm not. No, to be honest, I'd rather Bray not have the belt. His character doesn't need a title.
It doesn't.
It doesn't need a championship. Just let him do what he
Kill
does.
People.
Yeah.
Annihilate people. Take people out.
Yeah. And then you've got the way that he won the belt. It was I like the fact that they basically put him over as an unstoppable thing, but they did that with Brock, and then all of a sudden he had the match with Roman, wasn't it?
Seth.
Yeah.
Seth. Where Seth curb stomped him like 5 times at Mania.
No, it was Roman before that. Okay. Because Roman beat Taker at Mania. So Roman beat Taker at Mania, and then maybe a pay-per-view later, I think it was, he had the match with Brock, and then he defeated Brock really quickly. I don't even know what to search for that. But it was quick anyway. Before I lose my thinking, I can't remember what I was saying. Fuck. So sorry. So they did pretty much the same thing with Brock for about 3 years, and I think it worked because the fucking size of the guy. How big is he? How big is Brock Lesnar? Brock Lesnar is
huge.
His martial arts. He's 6'3". He's actually not that big. I mean, I'm 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah, but it's fucking.
But
look at his body, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's pure fucking. It's just all muscle.
Oh, actually, that's actually quite. Oh wait, no. So his build weight in wrestling and in martial arts is 6'3", but his build weight in wrestling is 286. His build weight in martial arts is 265. But then again, realistically, he would have dropped a bit of weight. So
yeah. Because when you're fighting in.
Yeah.
Like MMA, you're at a different sort of pace, aren't you?
But you've got so Lesnar. I mean, fucking look at the guy. He's huge. Where was I going with this now? Reigns beat him within a few seconds, which pissed me off because you've just built this character up over the past 3 years, and like a literal unstoppable beast. Everybody who he's wrestled has been done within the sake of like 2 minutes tops. And then Reigns faces him. He beats him, I think it was within 20 minutes, though. It was a fairly decently long match.
Brock Lesnar's never done 20-minute matches.
When did... Okay, hold on.
The thing is,
Roman.
The problem isn't beating the character that you've built up for 3 years. The problem is not building a character worth beating this person you've beat up in 3 years. That's the big issue there.
Right. Yeah.
Like, because let's... Okay, so... Do you remember Daniel Bryan, the Yes Movement, how big that kind of character was? If at that point, Brock Lesnar was the guy who hadn't lost in 3 years, had the title, and you'd put Daniel Bryan against him and Daniel Bryan won, at that point, it would have been worth it because you'd have had this big moment where the big heel had been knocked down by this big face that everyone loves. Roman Reigns wasn't that guy.
I was literally about to say, but that's not the case with
No,
Roman.
that's what I meant.
They tried so fucking hard to get Roman over, but they just can't take.
It never worked.
They just can't take no as an answer. I mean, even with Cena. Okay, Cena was massive in 2006, 2007, and then that's when everyone. It was. I remember it was New Year's Revolution 2008 or something. That's when the crowd started. It's like you could literally hear the audience just start to turn on on Cena. It was literally from that pay-per-view onwards, and he just got booed non-stop, and they just kept forcing Cena down people's throats. Don't get me wrong, I completely understand why they did, because obviously he sold fucking tons of merchandise.
Money,
And the amount of Make-A-Wish and charity sort of sessions of what he did, massive respect for him. Like, you can't knock the guy. But the fans weren't knocking him for doing all that sort of stuff.
No.
The fans were knocking him because Cena wins, lol. It's like, I
don't
want to see him anymore.
It would have been more money if you'd put Cena on... He didn't win for a year or something. Or he couldn't win at a pay-per-view.
Make people care.
Yeah, and that was the big issue. They don't know how to book long term.
This is where we go back to the main point in hand of not having more than one person go for the belt at a time, because we're seeing Cena versus Orton, Cena versus Triple H, Cena versus Edge. Even today, Seth versus fucking Brock, Roman versus Brock. What has main evented? Crown Jewel. What was that? That was Brock and Kane. Okay, so that doesn't count. Hell in a Cell, Seth and Fiend.
Yeah.
The one before that, Clash of Champions. Don't even fucking remember that pay-per-view.
No.
Seth and Braun. I genuinely do not remember that.
That was about when they were tag champs, wasn't it?
Don't get me started on that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it was Seth versus Brock again at SummerSlam. Sorry. Seth versus Brock at Extreme Rules. Stomping Grounds, that don't count. Braun versus Lex Luger. What? At Stomping Grounds.
Against who?
Okay, someone's obviously edited this on Wikipedia. Genuinely, like this is. Let me grab this. I'll just put it onto your camera, and so then people can see. But that made me laugh. One guy going for the belt at once annoys. I still can't stop laughing at. If I tell you what, I'll screenshot it now, and then I'll put it into the video later. Someone's actually put in Lex Luger versus Braun Strowman. Yeah, he can barely walk now. I don't know who that actually was, but I'm guessing it was definitely either actually I think it was Roman, because he was on the poster, and oh no, he faced Drew apparently. So no, it probably would have been Seth Rollins. Again, my point being, with at the moment it's always either Brock Lesnar versus Seth or Roman Reigns, and it's just give me something new to watch. It's just boring. Although the match he had against Kofi, I fucking love that. That was genius. That was the perfect Brock Lesnar match of what I want to see.
All you need.
Right. Next point. Do you want to go? Have you got something?
No, go on. We'll go with yours.
Mine? Okay. The fans.
Okay.
The fans in general, both sides of the internet, giving too much of an in-depth look into what the WWE are doing nowadays, and also on the flip side of how the WWE don't allow the fans to be fans, as in to the point of them not being able to join in with what's happening on the show itself. Like, my best example for it is how they just don't let the fans bring in signs anymore. That annoys me. When the fans brought in their signs, that it felt like they were part of the show.
I remember going to WWE show, not WWF at the time,
when I was probably 6 or 7.
Mm.
And I remember I loved taking it. I took a sign. I wouldn't have
Yep.
gone without a sign. Like, that's the whole point, isn't it? Like, as a kid, you think your sign's going to be on TV or
Yep.
your wrestler's going to see the sign. It's the point of taking a sign. It makes you feel involved.
When I went in 2016, I went with Andy. And I'll try and find a screenshot now and I'll put it up. It was when I actually can't remember what sign I put up of what we made. I remember that I slept over at Andy's house the night. No, it wasn't that. No, I think
You're the big guy.
I am gay, of course. I definitely went. Oh no, sorry. This was during sixth form, so I think I went to Andy's house on our breaks, or probably after sixth form. I don't know, whatever. And we actually made signs. He made a Cena sign. It was fucking embarrassing.
Of course.
And I made.
You have a moving hand.
He probably would have tried to have done that if he had the ability of doing so.
Well,
He did. He genuinely went in his full Cena gear, and it was embarrassing. But it was when it was when DX when they got back together very briefly. I say briefly, it was for a year or so. And we both brought a sign, and we could see ourselves on TV because of the sign.
Yeah.
Why aren't they allowed to know that? I mean, I guess it's difficult because security's going to have to be full on it when you've got people bringing in signs of like stuff of what they don't want people to be saying. For example, definitely nowadays, or probably a couple of years ago, when Roman was being thrown down the fans' throats, fans definitely would have brought in a sign of like "Die Roman, die" or something. I don't know. But then it kills the interactivity of the wrestlers to the fans itself.
Yeah.
The other point of what I was going to bring to it as well is how they ban wrestlers from tagging people's hands when they come to the ring. Why? The apparent reason for it is because it takes way too much time.
What?
Jeff Hardy, Shawn Michaels, from what I can remember off the top of my head, every single entrance of what they did, they were always tagging people's hands.
Yeah.
But because of time restrictions on TV, that they can't do that anymore.
They've got 3 fucking hours on a Monday night.
Exactly. Who gives a shit? I guess it's their point of like, because the American audience is so, try not to insult them. You've got to get straight to the action, basically. You can't, like, the audience aren't exactly going to watch a Shawn Michaels or a Jeff Hardy entrance where they're taking 30 seconds to like tag people's hands, but that's the interactivity of what's missing. It's like,
yeah,
I remember I think it was 2007. I went to a Raw live show. It was on TV, and no, sorry, that was probably 2006. Anyway, whatever. During the break, it unfortunately didn't make TV. I was gutted. The story of that night was Shawn and Triple H. They were banned from the building, and so they went outside of Manchester Arena, and they had to buy tickets. They bought tickets off Prime Time, and then they could get back into the arena. No joke. Shawn Michaels and Triple H. They came down from the arena, from the crowd into the ring, and they genuinely walked past me. And my right hand touched Shawn Michaels' chest. Genuinely, I've never washed my hands since. Being gay, that's what.
Same hand you touched Lily Garcia.
Yeah, I touched her hair. I actually did do that. It was a different show. I think it was the year later or something. I think it was 2007. I was pretty much ringside, but not ringside. And I actually managed to touch Lillian Garcia's hair. I've got a photo of it somewhere.
Oh no, you.
I don't know where it is, but I'll try and find that one as well. I actually touched her hair. I couldn't believe it. She didn't turn around and go, what the fuck was that? But I touched Shawn Michaels' chest. He's been my wrestling hero since pretty much when I started watching wrestling in '95. And it's that thing of the interactivity of being able to actually get close to the wrestlers, and like, this guy has entertained me since I was 5 years old. And when I was wrestling at K-Star, I basically grabbed the best bits of Shawn Michaels, the best bits of Jeff Hardy, and I put them together because I was a mark, and I fucking loved it. It was absolutely amazing having the sign there as well of something of what I took half an hour out of my day to actually go and make for this show. Nowadays, they just don't allow it. Why? It's stupid.
Yeah, no, it is stupid. As you say, it kills like it stops you wanting to be a fan.
Yeah.
Like, when you're not allowed to interact with your favorite wrestlers, these people you kind of like idolize, especially as like a young kid.
Yeah.
Like, going to like a wrestling show, like, as I said, like when I took a side, you felt part of the show. You were waiting for the moment, like your favorite wrestler read the sign you made for them.
It was
like,
one of those things of, if you made a sign for Jeff Hardy or something, when he was standing on the second or the top turnbuckle and he was posing for the fans, if you held a Jeff Hardy sign up and he saw it and he pointed at you, that made my day. I was like, he's actually he's not recognised. He's
acknowledged.
He's acknowledged. That's the word.
Yeah.
He's acknowledged. He's acknowledged me. I've paid my £60 for the ticket, and I've spent the last half an hour. Well, not the last. I've spent half an hour actually making this sign, and just for Jeff to like look over at me and just point at me and just like thumbs up or something.
Yeah,
love it.
I'm gonna spend the next 10 years talking about this moment. Like, it's gonna make me watch the program more.
And at the break, I'm actually gonna go and buy his T-shirt now.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
And they've just
Jeff Hardy's become my favourite wrestler even more.
Exactly, and that's... I mean, I don't mean to talk too much about K-Star and all, but that's what I always try to do. Whenever there was a chance of me looking and pointing at a crowd member because they bought my T-shirt, I actually did sell T-shirts of what I had to make because fucking Stacks wouldn't make them for me.
I remember going with you to get them printed.
Oh yeah, actually yeah, you did that fucking Oasis in Brum, didn't we? Yeah. We actually went out and made shirts, and those people that actually spent their money, I mean, it was only a £5, but still, that they could have bought one of my T-shirts, or they could have bought a poster, or a fucking DVD, or
a fake WWE doll.
Yeah. God, he did that all the time. It was like, probably shouldn't do that. Something that actually wound me up with that is, what was that?
Ignore it. I just put a bottle in the
bin. Yeah. So they used to sell official WWE DVDs.
Yeah.
I turned around to Carl one day and I said, "Why don't we make a KSW album? Why don't we get all of the wrestlers' theme tunes, stick on a disc, and then obviously print out properly and make a DVD cover and whatever, and sell that?" And then he turned around to me and he goes, "Oh well, if the taxman walked in and he saw all this licensing stuff being sold and we don't have the license for it, we could get into trouble for that." Well, you're already selling fucking WWE.
Yeah. You're already selling all this other
DVDs, action figures, all that sort of stuff. I was like, whatever. I think there's a niche in the market of where he could have made some easy money. I mean, fuck a CD which would have cost like 20p to like make and print and everything, and you could have sold that for a £5 easily.
It's so easy to make some money.
Yeah, I'm kind of going off topic here, but the other thing that annoys me with the whole fan situation is the internet. I'm bad myself for saying it because I'm always on fucking PW Insider or something, and trying to find out the latest headlines. The other thing that annoys me is you've got YouTube channels like Cultaholic and What Culture and Wrestle Talk, I think it's called, I've not watched their stuff in years because they literally annoyed me to the fact. It's like with Cultaholic today, they do 2 or 3 news videos per day, and all of their news stuff is from the Wrestling Observer reports that Dave Meltzer has said this, and it's just like, well, all you're doing is just making a video from what Dave Meltzer, who isn't very reliable. Like, I wouldn't class him as someone that has proper insider news. He doesn't know. He just hears off the grapevine, and then he writes it in a Wrestling Observer. He sells that. For some reason, people fucking buy it. I've no idea why. And then you've got Cultaholic coming along, or What Culture coming along, and saying, oh, well, Dave Meltzer has said this, and it's definitely true because Dave says, and shut the fuck up.
God's fucking word.
And then it starts rumours, and then you've got all these people believing that the reason why the belt was put onto the Fiend was because Seth can't be asked anymore. I'm just literally making this stuff up now. But you can hopefully get what I mean in terms of like the fan interactivity of the internet just killing it.
The issue is everyone wants to always know like the sort of background secrets and shit. Just enjoy the fucking product.
Exactly. And I miss the days of watching, again, I sound like a proper mark, but the 1998, 1999 times where the internet was only just starting. There was no dirt sheets, and you would find out on TV that this person slept with this person because of this happened, and then you genuinely felt that them two hated each other. You genuinely thought that Rikishi ran over The Rock. No, Austin, sorry, because of The Rock. You genuinely believed it. Like, Rikishi was a fucking bastard. Like, he was an absolute dick. But the thing is, when they do storylines nowadays, oh, and don't get me started on social media and Instagram and everything like that. When you've got the wrestlers, which I completely respect Undertaker because he's kind of kept off social media. He does Instagram.
He does Instagram, but he just does it as Mark Calloway, doesn't he? Like,
I think so. I've actually not seen his Instagram in ages. I think it's just Undertaker, isn't it, or something? Yeah, it is. Okay, he's put up a couple of... Oh, wow, okay, he's put up a belt. That's actually a really cool belt.
Can we get Instagram up?
It's actually pretty cool. But like the majority of the stuff of what he posts is like old pictures of him. It's like he's put a couple of pictures up of him and his bird. I can't remember what his bird's name is.
Michelle McCool.
It is, isn't that's it? Yeah. Which the law of wrestling's broken. Everybody knows that the people on TV aren't the people of who you see. They are all characters, etc. But then you've got people who go onto social media and they just talk about their life like it's nothing. And it's like, it dampens down the mystique of who the characters actually are. It would kill the Fiend's character if he posted a picture of himself at a fucking Thanksgiving party, or like Mackey's or something, just having a chicken burger. Oh, I love this. This is lovely. That would just kill his character there and then. But the amount of wrestlers that go onto Twitter and Instagram and just start blagging about their life like they're just normal people.
No,
you're not normal people. You are meant to be a bigger, larger than life character. I don't give a fuck that you've just gone to Mackey's and you've picked yourself up a bloody burger. Don't tell me that.
Live as the character. On social media.
Which is what Taken, and I'm pretty sure Bray does it as well. That he sticks within his character.
Yeah.
Which is great. Do that. I don't care that Rusev is dating Lana in real life because that breaks the story of between him and Lashley. Oh, so Lashley and Lana actually aren't together? Rusev and Lana.
When you see Rusev and Lana in every single photo.
Because they've just been out last night for dinner, and I've seen a picture that they still love each other. So this
Yeah.
story's just completely killed itself.
It's pointless.
That doesn't make any sense. Okay.
Normally the first thing you do after say Raw's finished, you'll normally go on Twitter and stuff to kind of see everything else, and then when you see that sort of shit on their Twitter as well, oh, actually, story's dead.
Oh, actually, they're best friends. That's weird. Well, that's just completely killed the the essence of the story. Right.
Story's gone.
No, I don't believe it. I mean, I know wrestling's not real. It's all scripted. Blah 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 blah. But
make it believable. Don't
kill the storylines. Well, that's the thing. It's like everybody knows that Rusev and Lashley, within the storyline terms, I'm meant to believe that they fucking hate each other. That dude's just robbed that other guy's wife. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But
fuck, man.
They're actually best friends because they were on what's that Ride Along. Okay. They were on Ride Along, all three of them, fucking in the car, having a good laugh together. What? So they're actually not. So they are actually friends then. Okay. Well, that's just killed the story. I don't believe it anymore.
It's stupid. There's no sort of consistency on it all. And that's what there needs to be.
Yeah.
And it's half the problem on building up characters when.
Yeah.
But obviously back when, let's think back in the Attitude Era where we're talking about where people had characters and stuff, there wasn't the social media aspect to feel all around. So it probably say it was a bit easier to continue the character because all it would be was TV.
Which is what then brings back to the point of before. I think it was during 1997 when Vince was basically it was 1997 where Vince just does a promo in front of a camera and goes, oh, "We're not going to insult you anymore. We know that you know that this isn't real. We know that it's a show. All right, fine. So we're going to stop insulting your intelligence and do some more edgy stuff." Imagine them doing that today. It's imagine Vince just turning around to the audience and going, "We know that you know that this isn't real." Well, yeah, of course we don't, because all the fucking wrestlers keep on posting on Instagram of how they're all actually best friends. I mean, I completely respect the people that stay away from it, so kind of Taker, but not really anymore. Lesnar, as far as I'm aware, Lesnar, he doesn't post anything on Twitter. I don't think he has an Instagram. I'm guessing he doesn't, which is great.
Yeah. Because
I don't want to know that Brock's actually a farm boy after he's done his 30-second match. He'll go back home and start ploughing the fields. It's well, that completely destroys the fact that he's meant to be a beast.
Yeah.
That's completely destroyed my belief in him being as powerful as what he's meant to be. Pardon me. But then you've got the smarks who go onto social media and they spread stories, false or real, and it's better to know nothing.
Yeah. Just enjoy the show a bit.
Yeah.
If the show's shit, make that your issue. But when you're complaining about everything else because you've gone on social media and you find out something through that's ruined the character or whatever for you, then that's your fault.
Yeah.
Stop going on Wrestling Observer. Stop watching. Right, I know people want content and stuff, but
yeah.
Get your content from the TV, get your content from the stories.
And just enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah.
I just thought of another thing that really annoys me in terms of fans is with either Cultaholic or What Culture. So I've subscribed to both of their channels.
Yeah, yeah.
And you've got to be so fucking careful of not to go onto YouTube. If you wanted to watch Raw and SmackDown and the pay-per-view for what it is, don't fucking go onto their YouTube channel because they spoil the shit out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So when the Fiend won the belt at Crown Jewel, literally
10 reasons why the Fiend winning the belt is good.
yeah. And it's like, I've gone onto YouTube just to watch a couple of videos and then I'll go off and I'll do something else. But you've spoilt the whole fucking pay-per-view because you've just told. Why would you? You're a dick. You're an absolute
no, it is.
dick.
I tell you another thing that fucking talking about the fans. One thing that I dislike is like I've told you like about how I've like become more AEW and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've also told you how I'm still around WWE in the hope it'll get good one day.
It's got to get better.
It's got to get good.
It's got to do it.
It's got to get better.
It will.
But there's fans that need to get off their goddamn high horse and think there's only one or the other.
Yeah.
It can only be WWE or it can only be AEW.
Yeah.
Try and enjoy both.
Just enjoy it for what it is.
Root for them both.
Yeah. But that's what we've been saying for. How long has Dynamite been going? For just say 2 months.
8th week it'll be this week.
8th week. I obviously want the WWE to be as best as it can be.
Yeah.
But I want Dynamite to smash NXT. I want Dynamite to then go to Mondays and then go head to head with Raw. I want Dynamite to smash Raw, and then I want that to be moved to I want Dynamite to be moved to Friday, and I want Dynamite to smash SmackDown because then Vince will sit there going, "Fuck, we need to improve us. We're doing really fucking bad at the moment." Okay, so we're gonna go more edgy, and we're gonna do this, and this is the demographic. We're gonna start listening to the fans again, and see what they want, but at the same time. Don't go to social media and listen to people on Twitter because people on Twitter, people on YouTube comments are fucking stupid. They're
the reason why they're on Twitter or on YouTube.
Their average IQ is fucking room temperature. That's just so fucking. Oh god, it's like I don't know. Cesaro lost at Crown Jewel. You'll have people on Twitter going, "Oh, fucking Cesaro's been buried. Oh, he's done now. He's finished." It's like, just let them tell a story. Let them. He can't win all the time. It's just not going to happen. If he wins all the time, you won't care. Oh, you got all these smarts going on Twitter. Cesaro needs to leave for All Elite, and he needs to do this.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck. Just let them tell a story. Okay, I can be an annoying case of jumping the gun. I can see things of like, oh, fucking Lesnar's lost. I'm pissed off, but it's making me want to watch Raw the next night.
Yeah.
I want to see Raw back. I want to see Brock back on top.
I want to see what the response is.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
And I love hearing the crowd. Normally the Raw after Mania. Because they're normally the fucking loudest, and it's brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic to watch. Oh, actually, just diverting my point off a little bit is the fans that try and copy the fans that are in Philly or Chicago, the ones that are really loud, and then you've got the other fans that are 363 days of the year trying to copy of what they do, and it just becomes cringy. Obviously, I'm trying to be too loud and trying to take over the show, and it's like, don't do that. That's just one night of the year. That's the Raw after Mania.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
that's where your exception is like.
It just gets annoying otherwise.
Yeah.
So back to my point of what was I saying? Raw. I completely forgot what I was saying. The smarks just being too loud.
About.
Annoys the hell out of me.
Getting back to stories and stuff.
Oh yeah, sorry. So Lesnar loses. I'm pissed off. Like, well, I say pissed off. I'm pissed off for about 10 seconds, and then and then I realise, well, they're just telling me a story.
Yeah.
I'll
the
just
big
watch Raw the
picture,
next
hopefully.
night, and then something will happen, and then I'll probably like it again. Which actually, to be fair, happened with the whole brand split of when Lesnar lost. What happened? He lost the belt to Seth, didn't he? I
Yeah.
think. And then he went to SmackDown, and then he won the belt off of Kofi.
Kofi.
Loved it. I was
Yeah,
like,
man,
okay,
that's
thank
fucking-
God. He's finally back on top at last. It's like this young rookie is finally been given a push again. Poor Brock.
An opportunity.
He just doesn't. He doesn't. He's not able to like show himself off properly. Now that he's got the belt back on him, he'll do well. I'm
Yeah.
really, really proud of Brock.
I hope they push him to the stars. What he deserves.
Hopefully one day he might be in the Hall of Fame. That'd be good.
That would be good.
So yeah, the fans getting too involved. The WWE not allowing the fans to get involved. Just let them do what they want to do.
Let fans be fans.
Oh, actually, one last point on this subject before we move on. But do you remember back in the early 2010s on SmackDown, because obviously that wasn't live, it was obviously all recorded, when they actually edited the crowd noise,
Oh.
if Roman came out, the fans started booing
Why?
on the live taping, and then when it
Yeah.
actually came to TV, they edited it so the fans were actually cheering. Don't do that. What's
Don't
the
do it.
point? This brings me back.
But
I'm
the
not
thing
too.
is,
Sorry,
the
go on.
worst thing about it is they didn't even like use a good sound. Like,
Yeah.
overdraft. Like,
It was just
the
generic.
most obvious, like same one.
It was just a generic "yay"
Yeah.
noise. It was like, this is obviously edited.
Yeah.
This is bringing me back to the point. I mean, I'm not too knowledgeable on the subject, but American football, where they, I remember Jem talking to me about how, I don't know if it's just the Raiders or if it's the NFL in general. Obviously, correct me if I'm wrong, but they are very heavy fan interactive,
Yeah.
and so they want to hear what the fans are saying. They will do what the fans want to see and do. Don't get me wrong, it's different. Obviously, wrestling's a show, whilst NFL is a real sport that uses pads, but whatever. I wind up with that every fucking time. Yeah, but it's not rugby though, is it? Because they've got fucking massive pads and a helmet on. I guess you can bring that back to when Bryan was WrestleMania 30 of when he of the whole Yes movement thing. That the WWE were actually finally starting to listen to Bryan to to the fans of actually them wanting to see Bryan on top. I loved that they teased the whole he's not going to the main event of Mania. It's just not going to happen. And then they went, okay, I'll tell you what. If you beat Triple H, yeah, on the very first match of the night, you can get your title shot, and it will become a triple threat. And it's like, oh, the odds are completely stacked against him.
Yeah.
He's not going to do this. Obviously, he was, but it's for them being able to listen to the. It's for them to be actually listening to the fans.
They did, however, take so long to listen to the fans. in that
But
case.
when he won at Mania, how stoked were you?
Oh, I was fucking.
If they-
I was at Paddy's house, and obviously his mom and dad were fucking sleeping upstairs, and I fucking jumped up, man. Like, I'm pretty sure I woke him up.
But this can be mixed in with my, not anger, with my disappointment of the Fiend winning the belt at Crown Jewel. Shouldn't have happened.
No.
The Fiend should have been screwed. I understand that they're trying to make the Fiend to be a heel / tweener, but they're trying to make him more heel.
Yeah.
But it's just not working. The fans are too on his side. It's just not going to work. But I'm I would have preferred to have to wait. Was it November, December, January, February, March, April, May? Yeah, 6 months. Yeah, I actually would have enjoyed waiting 6 months for the Fiend to win at Mania, and for him to be constantly screwed through between now at the Rumble Elimination Chamber, Fastlane, is it? I can't remember. And then
Normally,
something at Mania, whatever it is. I would have preferred to have waited 6 months for the Fiend to actually win the belt than to some overexposed indie show. What the hell? What the hell was the point? Was that because of fan backlash? Because of what happened at Hell in a Cell, with the Fiend essentially being screwed, if you really have to say that word, screwed over, and Seth beating him from a Hell in a Cell match where nothing should be stopped, blah 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 blah, which I'm completely on board with. Nothing should be stopped. No. It's a Hell in a Cell match. It's you go until someone's either knocked out or you pin them. It's that simple. Even then, if they are knocked out, you pin them and then you win.
Yeah.
But then the amount of backlash of what they have from the pay-per-view, they obviously had to bring it forward to Crown Jewel, and then you had to win it.
Bring it to the show, but that's the only one's watching. Exactly.
Yeah, it's just
It took away from the moment.
100%.
On that show.
Didn't care.
People didn't. I've never seen that match.
Have you not seen it? Don't get me wrong. I don't rush.
Like, I won't ever watch it. Like that Crown, I just can't be asked watching the Crown Jewel show. It's different.
A glorified house show.
Yeah, and I can't be asked with that.
Why did Bray win the fucking belt on a glorified house show? Oh. Again, fan interactivity that I'm kind of happy that it happened, because it shows that the WWE are listening to the fans, but don't listen to the fans. Tell me a story.
Yeah.
Go somewhere with it. I do like that Bryan won the belt at Mania, and it made sense of the story and the journey of what he went through to get to the championship belt,
like,
and then to win it.
You finish. Like, that's where your big stories should come to an end. Like, that's where the big finish is. That's where your big moments happen.
Yeah.
That's the point of Mania.
But then because of the amount of hashtags, don't stop listening to Twitter.
Yeah.
Winds me up. Okay, right. Calm down. Have you got a fourth point? I'm so annoyed. We shouldn't have done this podcast. I'm so fucking annoyed.
Oh, all right. So it's 5 now. Number
5. 1, 2, 3. Oh, actually, no, is this 5? We've done being overscripted, shit characters, the fans, one of yours, and then this is 5.
Number 5. What you got?
Me or you? Have you got anything?
Go with yours.
Okay.
So we're pretty much. I think we're fair.
We've literally chosen what we would have from each other anyway. My last point was the format of the show.
Okay. I'll as you're a TV exec and former
exec,
TV
love it. I hate. Right. I thought they were improving when they I don't know, 6 months or so. I have no idea. Before 6 months ago, the format I can tell you exactly how Raw and SmackDown would go. It would start off with someone in the ring. They'll be talking, which is an excuse not to have pyro. Someone will be in the ring. They will talk about not being happy. Oh, actually, let's go back to like 2007, 2008 time. Someone will be in the ring. They'll be complaining about being screwed or whatever, and then it's the Black Militant. Holla holla. Teddy Long in the house. He'll come out and go, we'll have a tag team match. Oh no, sorry, he'll set up a singles match. That singles match would go mental because someone would have interfered. We're going to have a tag team match, player. And then the tag team match would be for the main every fucking week. Every single week. I mean, it's kind of died off over the past 6 months or so. But the format still remains the same. Someone will be in the ring. They'll be complaining about something. Someone will come out and interfere. by only talking. That would set up the main event. And then the middle of the show, it would just be like, we'll just have a men's match. Within 6 minutes of their match, we'll go to a commercial break. They'll come back. They'll be in a headlock. Nothing else will be really happening from that. They'll come out of the headlock. They'll pin. Someone will win. No one cares. Then we'll have a toilet break. We'll have the women come out. No one cares about that. We'll go to another break halfway through their match. It's like, stop going to breaks when you've got the when you're halfway through a match. Imagine the UFC. You've got Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez, and with a real with a real match, and someone could get knocked out within like a second. It doesn't matter. Sorry, we just need to go for a break because we need to get paid. So just bear with us. Hold on, and then you just sit there for 3 minutes. Imagine paying like 60 fucking quid for that event, and then you've got Brock fucking lying on the floor, like spilling with blood, with Cain Velasquez with his hands raised in the air, and oh sorry, you did actually miss that massive KO because of the break, but whatever. Oh well, that'll piss me off. I think you got mute. We've just got some technical difficulties. We're back in a second. Cool. So the format of the show. I can't remember where we are. We'll just come straight back into it because we had a bit of technical difficulties. That's why there's a cut there. So my problem is formats of the show and how they try and portray themselves. This is the WWE, of course, but how they try and portray themselves of being an actual sporting event. They will especially the format of the show of the week is exactly the fucking same.
Yeah.
Someone will be in the ring. They'll be talking shit. Someone will come out. They'll challenge them. That will be the main event. They'll have their first match within about 2 minutes of the first match starting. They'll go to a break. They'll come back from the break. They'll be in a headlock or some.
Here's a question though. You've just said how they say that it's like they present themselves as a sporting event, right? In what other sporting event, mid-action, do they go to a break?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Imagine UFC, the biggest fight that could ever fucking happen. Never ever happened before. Conor McGregor versus Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez versus fucking
Nate Diaz.
Nate. Let's fucking throw in Nate. Why not? Imagine that, right? Someone's paying $60-$70 for this, and then ding ding, the bell rings. Okay, and Cain has just smashed Conor. He could be down and out, and but bear with us. Come back in about 3 minutes' time when we find out what happens. You'll be fucking pissed off.
Yeah.
But that breaks the whole realism of wrestling. Of like, oh, we're back from the break and someone's in a sleeper. Oh,
yeah.
That was lucky. Whew.
I was lucky this match did not end.
Imagine if Cena pinned Orton. And then you would have missed it. That would have been. I mean, I guess SmackDown kind of tried to combat that when they did the picture-in-picture. I don't know why that's not more of a common thing.
AEW do that.
Yeah, and it works great. I don't know why that's not more of a common thing. I understand that they have to make money, that they have to show adverts, which is fine. But do a picture-in-picture.
Do it at the time. Do it at the right time. You can easily do it after the match.
Yeah. You've got the reason of why they do it is it's a cliffhanger situation.
Well, I get that, but still,
it's wanting you to come back and see what's going to happen at the end of the match.
That's
but when you're doing this,
then they're pissing me off.
Yes, when they're doing this for 52 shows a year, and if you start watching it in January and then you're coming to the end of January and you're like, you've done this for the last 4 shows, and
Yeah.
you're still doing it. This is really fucking annoying. There's means and ways of doing it. I completely understand the money situation, the cliffhanger. You want me to come back, but just do it. I mean, as far as I remember, that they used to properly do it. In like 2003, 2004 time, I think. I didn't watch Raw in 2004. I didn't have access to it, but as far as I remember, that they went to what's the technical TV term? I'm trying to impress you here, but I can't remember what it's called. So basically, when you've got the wrestlers walking to the ring,
Yeah.
on the other side of a wrestling match, and then they'll say Bubba Ray is up next, and he's fighting this person. Go to break, come out of break, entrance, brilliant. I've missed nothing, and then we're going straight into the next match, and it just flows way better, rather than just making it look fake. And then you've got, pardon me, you've got wrestler A wrestling wrestler B, and then they'll normally do a dive to the outside, and then you'll have Cole going, "What an amazing dive! Come back to this after this commercial break, and we'll find out what happens next." So I'll stop insulting me. If anything, I hate it. It's annoying. It's so annoying.
No, it's it's just the problem is it's not changed in so long.
Yeah.
Like they tried to. Well, it was only a few months back where they tried to do it where like the match would stop and restart after the breaks and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was even worse.
They did it for like 2 or 3 shows, and then they thought, this isn't working. This looks shit. Why is it that every single match? Why is it that every single match lasts about 30 seconds? Well, a couple of minutes, and then they go, "Oh, we need to restart." Why do we need to restart? Flicker the cards. For this reason. It's shit. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I mean, I guess there's less money in it, but why don't they do like a ticker? Just have a ticker at the bottom of the bottom of the screen, sorry, and say, I don't know, buy Gillette, whatever, a best a man can get.
Well, that's it. They do the ways of like where they remember like they sponsor matches, and it's like
Yeah.
sponsored by Just for Men.
Do
like,
that. I mean, I'm kind of for and against it, because the times when I've watched an American football match and every single kick is sponsored by this person or this brand, it's fucking annoying. So just get to it, will ya? But I reckon I would probably prefer to see Brock Lesnar versus The Fiend. This match is sponsored by Gillette. I'd much rather say. I mean, that they actually used to do that back in the late 90s, back in the Attitude Era, when they couldn't spare any time at all for adverts. It was like, you've got to keep your fucking viewer on, or they're going to go over to TNT and watch Nitro. And so that's literally what they used to do. That this championship match is sponsored by Gastro GTX.
Yeah.
And then you'll go straight into the action. I don't need to see 3 minutes of adverts. Again, money and all right.
But
you're a business,
but there's when
there's
they
ways
bring
of doing
up
it.
the person's name who's coming to the ring, they could just have like a Snickers logo at the side.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like
Sponsored by Snickers.
They don't even have to say it on the mic. They just have to, as long as it's on there. It's like an advertisement, isn't it? Like, there's more subtle ways of doing it. You don't have to go to break every fucking 2 minutes.
There definitely is means and ways of doing it, and I understand why they do it from a business perspective, from a money perspective, but it's just so fucking annoying to watch. It's just horrible to watch. My other issue of the format of the shows is the use of pyro. Pyro is more than welcome back. I fucking love it. Yeah. They did it. So the very first SmackDown, pretty much everyone had pyro, and it was like, all right, calm down. Like, not everybody needs it. and now it's gone a couple of months. Pretty much no one has Pyro anymore.
No.
And it's the start of SmackDown has Pyro. It's exactly the same. What's the word? My brain switched off now. I had it. No, it's gone. Pattern. Okay, fuck it. Pattern will do. The Pyro is the exact same pattern for every single SmackDown. It feels like you're just watching one and it's just being repeated. And then you've only got very certain people that have Pyro, which I completely agree with. But it kind of kills it. So you've got Brock, he has when he does the fist to the floor kind of punch. Sort of motion. Then you've got the motion. Then you've got Seth Rollins.
Burning it down.
His amazing fire pyro going off in the background. Who was the other guy that stood out to me that has pyro? What happened to Lashley's pyro? I love that pyro.
Well, no idea.
Do you remember his 2006, I think it was, entrance where like he would do the whole and then go bang and all the pyro. I fucking love that. That was really cool. Chris Masters pyro again, like he was a mid card, but like a mid card actually had pyro too. Pardon me. I fucking loved Chris Masters pyro. I thought that was really cool.
Goldberg
was the best one.
Yeah.
YouTube, right? Okay, this is I obviously can't show it on the screen, but WCW got best Goldberg pyro, maybe, I don't know. I'll find it and I'll link it to you. Yeah, this is it. It takes, skip to 50 seconds. So when you go, I obviously can't show you, but this is the best intro. I think it's fucking awesome. What else was I going to say? Roman Reigns. He has some boring pyro. And it's like, just mix it up a little bit. I was going to bring it back to each of the pay-per-views, how the pay-per-view sets are all the same. It's just a default.
I used to love when they were all completely different.
I loved it. Backlash 99 with they kind of look like knives, I guess, sort of thing, which were like swinging.
I know it.
All that sort of stuff. I thought it's really cool. Nowadays, it's just the SmackDown set or the Raw set very slightly moved, so it doesn't quite look like Raw SmackDown, but it literally is. That's it. That is none of the sets stand out anymore, apart from the UK sets where they have like massive Union Jack flags.
They get the bus in.
They'll get
telephone box,
the fucking phone box, and the black cab.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, black cabs are barely used. They're fucking expensive, and no one uses phone boxes anymore. We don't use them. They're just fucking toilets for homeless people. That's it's like why?
That's what represents England.
that is England. The form. There's just the general. I mean, I've been working in TV for like 2013 is when I had my first job, and you kind of get to notice all these little nuances which just annoy you, especially for a multi-million-dollar company, which should be putting a serious amount of effort into their weekly TV shows, which should be the ones which are making the most money, and they just barely put in any effort. It's like with the whole Teddy Long era of where it's the exact same thing every fucking week of Teddy Long coming out as making a tag team match player. Again, I'm just bored. I'm bored of watching it anymore.
Yeah, it's got extremely same old, boring.
AEW does it really well. Every single weekly show feels different.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like I'm watching the same TV show and every single week, it feels like this is new.
Yeah.
I guess the WWE kind of want to fit the branding in there, just making it feel WWE, making it feel the same every week. But it's boring to watch. It really is boring.
They just need to do something with it before they just start getting handled. I've said this, man. It's just got to get better. Like it's all it can do. Like it's all it can do. They've got when are we going? May is it? Is it May? Yeah, May 8th, right?
From when we're going, yeah.
Yeah.
To SmackDown Live. Just you
6
watching
months.
our luck. They'll have a draft in April.
No, May 1st.
yeah, May 1st. They'll have a draft. You'll have fucking coming over from Raw to SmackDown. Titus O'Neil, Dana Brooke, Apollo Crews, and then people move from SmackDown to Raw. The Fiend. It's like fuck right off. Fucking give me a refund right now. I'll be so pissed. I'll be so pissed off if they even thought about doing that.
Oh, Jesus.
Any thoughts on the format? How would you improve it?
I think mine's more to do with the breaks.
Yeah.
Like as I slightly touched on, I think I'd stop interrupting matches because the problem is the matches you can't have free flowing like. You're breaking up the action too often.
You want to make it look realistic, but then make it so fake at the same time.
Yeah. Like, I just don't see why they just can't have the matches like. Put your time limits on the matches, so you know when you're going to have your advert breaks.
You know what?
You're going to be able to fit.
That's one thing that I love about AEW.
Yeah.
Is you vocally hear Justin Roberts, is it? I think his name is. It's like you always hear him going, 10 minutes gone, 10 minutes left. And it's like this feels like a real fight. It's like
Yeah. Like it makes it more believable.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't take away from it. Like the match when it ended the draw between Moxley and was it Neville? Moxley and Neville?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that match when it ended the draw because time ran out.
Yeah.
Perfect. Not every match, like if two guys can't beat each other in that time, draw, cool.
Well, so you can look at the UFC, how they have a 3 or 4 hour? I think it's 4, isn't it? They've got 4-hour time slot. And they have to fit in just say 10 matches just for ease of maths. I will probably still mess this up anyway. But when you've got 4 hours, you've got 10 matches, right? Okay, we need to fit, no, it's normally 5, isn't it? So each match will definitely not go longer. 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes. Then you've got to add on
advertising time
3-4 minutes for the entrances each, so another 8 minutes. And then advertisements and sponsorships, and then breaks. So the breaks are a minute each. You've got to add that in, so that's 5 minutes.
Breaks, are you?
I mean, like breaks in. Breaks in between.
The matches, yeah.
My brain's not working now. The 1 minute breaks in between each round.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
So that's another 5 minutes. No, sorry, that's another 4 minutes added on if it needs to go that far. So we need to cut this 4 hours down. Each match has no more than 45 minutes. After 45 minutes, the next match will start. If match number 1, if that finishes within the first round and it ends in 30 seconds, we need to fill that time somehow. So we've got all these video packages, and then we can interview all these people, and it feels legit. It feels real.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it's different with the WWE when they've got 3 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, and 1 hour if you class main event. I don't know if you do class that. You've got 3, 6. You've got more or less 10 hours per week to like fill, and you need to make it feel and look legit. But then you've got you've got the American audience, which again is so difficult because you can't just interview someone for 5 minutes just to fill time, because they will switch over. They just don't care.
No, they will.
So it's difficult to level out the realism and make it watchable at the same time, I guess. But
that's where they can create content, give people time, like
give people time. Yeah, absolutely. Give people time on the
camera.
microphone. My massive problem is with the pre-shows. I'll never watch a pre-show. It's boring as fuck.
No.
They'll do 40 minutes of like video packages, and then they'll do like a 10-minute match, and then they'll do like another 5 or 10 minutes
Yeah.
just to fill that time until the pay-per-view starts. And it's like, I don't give a shit. Oh, Bailey versus Charlotte Flair. This is what happens over the last 3 months. I don't care. I really couldn't give a shit. So I'm going to switch over.
Yeah, that's because they've just ruined for their fans about pretty much everything they do. So the fans will turn over. They don't give them a reason to stick around.
Yeah.
And that's their own fault.
I think their fault within that. Oops. Their fault within that is, again, not building up characters.
No.
You've got one person who's going for the belt, and then everybody else is just on the side. Like,
Yeah.
we don't give it. Oh well, obviously that they have to build up the women's because it's not PC not to. And then you got the whole demographic. No, not the equality thing, of where that they genuinely have a timesheet of who's been on screen and who does that person. What's it called? So, for example, the reason why Roman Reigns was on TV so much not too long ago, because he fills up the demographic of was it Asian and Caucasian?
Yeah.
And so he gets 10 minutes, and so he represents both cultures. Then you've got Lashley, who will come on. He'll be on for 10 minutes because he's... That sounds really bad. Because he's dark skinned. He'll be on he'll be on that TV for a certain amount of time. Because it fills up that quota, is the word of what I'm trying to say. My point, I can't remember what my point of where I was going with this now. I've actually completely forgotten where I'm going. Though the format, the whole format of it is having to be PC. Is another issue within the format of the shows. It's good, absolutely. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm happy that they're giving more people more exposure, but it should be for the right reasons and not just because they're filling quota.
It should serve a purpose. It shouldn't just be to meet.
It should be, absolutely. It should be because it's telling the right story, and not just keeping certain people happy. Which I don't know. I think that's obviously that's another discussion for another day.
Well, yeah.
But the format of the show. Have you got any other points of what you'd like to?
I think we spoke about it all.
Yeah. Well, that's. I say that's mine, but that's our as well. At the same time, we've. I love the fact that we have grovels at the same things.
Yeah.
Being overscripted shit characters, the fans. The format of the show. What was yours?
So we had characters.
Yeah.
Format of the show.
Yeah. The fans. Being overscripted.
Being overscripted. What was the fifth one?
It was one of yours.
I'm pretty sure I said character because it was the second on your list as well.
I think it was, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3. Have we done 4 or 5 then? 1, 2, 3.
I'm pretty sure we've done 5.
I think it was 5. Yeah. Oh, but that's our that's our grievances with the current product today. Shall we do a more positive thing, a more positive podcast next time, and do something we actually enjoy?
We'll do 5 things we enjoy.
Okay, number 1. We'll be there for fucking hours. I don't know.
We do like that. We really do.
It's got to get better. Yeah, it's got to get better.
Gotta get better.
Anyway, so this has been a DNA Talk Wrestling podcast. And just DNA, I guess.